Yes. Okay, yes, this is the Punkery show. Hopefully this is working. I'm still a rookie at this. Wherever you might be, we're in San Fierro right now, the best city in the world. In the world, okay. Before we start, let's get into the sponsor, which will be DSP. Laughing.
What the fuck? Look what I did!
Alright, that was DSP and his very contagious laugh right there. Okay, so there's a lot of, stuff going on. A couple of days ago, in the bitching section, we saw something that, would, rub people the wrong way in some way, but it's a thing that had to be said. It has something to do with the donkey today from last night on Angry Justra and Jeremy, because they, fucked around with this player Trina. Okay, now let's throw away gender or throw away all this dumb stuff, but that situation did remind me how stupid the server is. It reminded me past and present, because contrary to what people say, I think I've said it before, I think I might have said the server is much dumber than it used to be. Yes, but it's just as toxic as it was back then as well. That's never changed. There's never been a time in CNR where I have joined and said, hey, I want to see the great players of CNR today. I wonder what they're going to say today, because they have lots of great stuff to say. No, that's never been my thing. But yesterday morning, when I got attention, somebody showed me that topic that Trina made. I was like, Jesus, I can't believe she said the stuff that she said. That is, like I said in the donkey today, very cringy. I feel bad for her in some way, because she said stuff that people usually don't say. But like I said, in order to get a point across, you gotta say stuff that people don't understand, and stuff that may be too complex for people to understand, but someone out there will understand you. Now, this thing about being a grill and suppressing the fact that you're a grill just to, preserve yourself or whatever, to have a better experience on the server. Now, that is true. If you are that, you should do that. Okay. Now, should it be like that? No. If you're a guy or a girl and you want to show yourself off, show your personality, you should be able to do that. But unfortunately, this is not the kind of server that would allow that. Okay? Like I said, if the demographics of the server were a lot more even, like how it is in the world, half men, half women, or, there were more racial makeups, they'd act the way they wanted to, and there would be no problem. But there are people on this server, and I hate, again, like, this is the second straight show where I'll feel like I'm some kind of feminist, okay? But as Kesh said a few weeks ago, there are a lot of female-deprived people on the server, okay? And when they see Grill on the internet, they act stupid. They act weird on both spectrums, trying to get their attention or trying to diss them just because of their gender or whatever the hell it is. And that's going to continue being it for as long as this server is on, for as long as the internet is on, unless grills women, start, being more interested in, playing games in Snit as opposed to, going on other social media. It's going to stay like this. But, the replies in that topic, there are a lot of smart replies, a lot of dumb replies as well. Some that weren't very constructive. But one of the replies was, blah, blah, don't let bully get to you. If bully gets to you, then they've won. Now, I'll tell you one thing, okay? So if you're a little kid and you're in school, right? Okay, grade school, you're 10 years old, something like that. If you are getting bullied by a person, alright, you can do two things. You can either deal with that snit, or you can tell somebody about that snit, tell your teacher or whatever. And most likely, the teacher will intervene, and it will end. Guaranteed, it will end. Okay? But on the internet, it's like, I get bully. You either talk snit back, or pay no attention to him. Now, and it's like the internet, right, is completely different from how people should act in real life. And it's like, I don't really understand that concept, Because like I said, in real life, if you're getting bullied, you gotta do something about it, or else you're gonna keep getting bullied, you hear me? But on the internet, it's like, okay, do nothing. I mean, that doesn't really make any sense to me. That's my disconnect. I wish I had the topic up right now so I could see what other people said. And the other one was people using /ignore. Honestly, bro. First of all, with Angry joining the server with those stupid names, there is no way to ignore a name. Okay, say that there are no admins on, because when I noticed this was happening at what time was it, 1:30 in the morning, there were no admins on. Okay, and I go on and I see the stupid name, and of course I kick it and ban it or whatever. But you can't /ignore a name like that, first of all. And second of all, even if you /ignore that and they don't know that you ignored them, they'll still talk that snit and they'll still smear your name. Okay? And this situation has really taught me that admins need to intervene in dealing with unsolicited snit talk. Alright? It's related to the situation in late January, the thing that Barl got donkeyed the day for. The situation where, he was, talking snit to Catherine Mary, and I was sitting there and I'm like, should I be doing something about this? I don't have no idea if I should be doing something about this, because like I said, admins don't usually get in the way of people snit talking. If two idiots are snit talking each other, then that's fine. Okay, snit talk all you want, but if it's unsolicited snit talk, if it's any of that realm of talking like unsolicited snit talk, then admins should do something about it. You know what I mean? Because like I said, if we allow this to happen, then the server is gonna be full of 6-year-old brained people. And unfortunately, that's what the server is right now. For people who have a brain, who don't snit talk at every waking moment, they have no way to, interact with normal people, because all the normal people aren't talking. So, the people that gave Trina, constructive advice, and yes, growing thicker skin, yes, is a good piece of advice, because I'll tell you, if one thing this server's stupidity does have an impact on, it is, giving people thicker skin. I'll tell you. if that's one thing you can take away from this server. But also, it's be aware, or as Balearis would say, you better be aware of the type of people, the type of prospective people you may be hanging around. Because like I said in the donkey today, there have been people, seen our grills, but people who have fallen into the trap of the first come, first served, I hang with you because you say something type thing. And that may not be the most ideal person to hang out with. And Trina fell into that. As anyone would tell you, Justra and Jeremy, regardless of what happened yesterday or the day before, those two are very stupid. They're very bad players. When I joined San Fierro that day, they were getting DM'd by Samad Robber and Spooky. But in hindsight, even though Samad Robber is set to get banned soon, I should have let him keep DMing him. Because why would I give a snit about people DMing terrible players, So I regret disabling him, despite, again, Samad Robber is going to get banned after his disable. But for those new players, if there are any new players on this server, because I don't think there are, but if you're going to play with people, you got to make sure they're worth playing with, or else you're going to get yourself in trouble. You might, not to your knowledge, play with someone who's a cheater, and you get banned for it. And like Trina did, you might go into a Discord where, now, people might snit talk you, and it screws your name up, But yeah, that's all I got on that, I guess. But I think we've talked that to death with this and the donkey. I can't think of anything else to say right now. I'll revisit. Okay, so Ali had this idea, right? So I'll turn this down for this, but yeah, Ali had this idea, right? That there should be, how the race challenges, right, which no one does anymore. And shout out to Cal Khan, who won Best Driver of, I believe, 2016, if I'm not mistaken. He won Best Driver in 2016 because he made a lot of videos of him driving, right, with nobody on the road. Yes, I mean, that's still, I don't understand that. How can you... Now, this is coming from a 3-time Best Driver myself, so I don't know why I'm complaining, but I don't see how he can get Best Driver when he makes videos where there's no one on the road. He's doing race challenges. Anybody can drive with no one on the road. I mean, come on, man, that's nothing. That's, so shout out to Cal Khan for that. But Ali had this idea, just like race challenges, there should be like a leaderboard in time. A leaderboard for time for every mission that has a timer. Okay. Now, I'll tell you what the problem with this may be. Alright? And this may work with some missions and not others, alright? For example, the easiest example is the flower mission. Alright? Now, anything that has to do with City Hall, I hate. I think that cop work done outside of City Hall should not count at all towards the cop of the day, because cop of the day has been skewed ever since City Hall cop campaign came in. But say you get a flower mission, you start it, you go straight to City Hall, you do slash flowers 5 times. Whoo! I get 37-second record, and it's like, the top 10 is filled with people who jet to City Hall after a flower delivery mission. I mean, honestly, that could also be the same with the hippie mission. You do the hippie mission, you go straight to City Hall, give 10 grams of drugs to 5 people, and there you go, new record. Or you do so well, but there are so many times saturated at the top of the the leaderboard that you can never get number 1 unless you cheat. Then again, if you complete the mission in 5 seconds, it doesn't count anyway.
I guess hippie mission and the flower mission should be out of those timer, whatever.
Yeah. Another one would be drug delivery. That one like the 5 destinations are all random. So it's like, you might get 5 places that are somewhat all close to each other, or you might get, for example, in San Fierro, you might get a checkpoint for Jizzies, and you gotta go all the way down to the San Fierro Stadium. It's like, oh, well, there's a lot of luck. Nice, I just burped over the fucking radio. I didn't press the button, excellent. I'm a rookie, guys. But anyway, that seems to be luck. And look at the others. Courier, smuggling, the destinations for those are, vary as well. If you might get a courier where you have to go into, like, if you start from Los Santos, you got to go to Dillamore and come back. That's very quick, as opposed to you start in Los Santos, you got to go to, the San Fierro Police Department. Those times would differ very. I think the only way to fix that would, also to add the distance, time and distance as well. So it'd be like, I don't know, distance per second or distance per minute. But I guess that'll complicate things a bit more. Trying to think of a mission where that would actually make sense. Like a timer, a leaderboard for completing mission times. I can't think of one right now because I'm not sure, because drug delivery would vary, the illegal immigrant mission would vary, courier would vary. Let me see if I can do /mission while I'm in game right now. If I can. Nope, I can't. No, /GPS rather, so I can see the mission list here to see. Shit cocks, bro. Okay, I can't look at it. But yeah.
Sean, what do you think about any co-op mission? Like 2-person needs to be the. 2-person required job.
Like for robbing?
For anything, like for a mission, something new.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. Co-op for drug delivery. I do remember one day. Apparently it's a rumor now. I think I started this. I remember Rack Rat and Rad and Smash, right? Rack Rat started a drug delivery mission, and Rad and Smash drove her around to the checkpoints of the drug delivery mission.
I know that.
Which is kind of dumb. That's passenger seat at its finest right there. But I think it would matter. Co-op would be a lot better for robbing or something like that. Even though you can do that manually, but it's tough to do that because it's already very quick. Like you can rob places very quickly already. Like if you have 2 people, the most you could do is reduce the amount of time to rob by a couple of seconds or whatever. Like I don't see what extra incentive that could make, because I remember there were some suggestions about that, and people were like, "Oh, if you rob with 2 people, the reward should be double," and that's completely stupid. So I'm not sure what other.
It should be actually half.
Yeah, it should be half, or maybe 10% more total robbed or whatever. But I don't know, because you can do it manually already. You have a driver, guy robs, gets in the passenger seat, send the GPS to the driver, and it's like, well, there you go. There's your co-op right there. I don't know. We'll think about that. It sounds like a decent idea. Yeah, it sounds like a decent idea. Anyway, Punk, we will take a music break here. And apparently there are no punks here to play Guess That Fog. We'll see what happens after the break. This is the Punkery Show. Hey, yes. Welcome back to the Punkery Show. I hope you enjoyed the 1% music. You got trolled. Yeah, I trolled, guys. Yeah, 1% music. See, I told you I'm still a noob at this DJ set. Yep, and the jump scare, the MIA jump scare. Anyway, let's get into the sponsor. Another DSP laugh.
Let's head into the volcano. Instant death.
Alright, that yet again is DSP laughing. Alright, so I've given you guys fake news yet again. I did, reactionally or knee-jerkily say that this week would be a roast of Mug Christy Edge. First of all, he's not here, but second of all, another thing that topic that we talked about at the beginning of the show is that there really is no point to waste time on autism, okay, which I'll do for the next 5 minutes, okay. Just like how in that situation with Jeremy, Justra, Angry, and Trina, whenever people insult you based on like what your makeup is, that's not really an insult or a constructive insult, okay. Now if you notice the donkey today, okay, whenever I insult people, it usually has nothing to do with where they came from or what color you are or any of that. I take shots at how you act, what your personality is, and how smart or stupid you are, okay. That's usually what I do in the donkey today. I can't remember the last time that I have made a donkey today that has, the number one shot I've taken at a person is their nationality, okay? Because I don't do that because it's weak and bitchy, okay? A lot of players in the server are dumb and their mental capacities aren't very high. So when they insult people, they don't insult them based on how they act, even if that's the reason why they're insulting them. They insult them on, their gender, their race, their nationality. It's that isn't me, okay? I've seen so much of that in this server that it's not cool. Like I said a few months ago, when everyone was ragging on Kyle Smith, okay? Everyone loved to rag on Kyle Smith. Yeah. And then I got the request to give him Donkey the Day because he, flaunted his, bank account. And I was kind of reluctant to do it because I really had no problem with him doing that. But I can see why other people didn't like that. And it would, part of the reason why they wanted it is because they don't like Kyle Smith, but this is just a reason. So I did it. Kyle Smith got flack and all this, and I'm like, you know what? It's just not fun. I look at the people who are making fun of Kyle Smith, and it's like, you know what? It's not fun to make fun of Kyle Smith anymore. And this has been the same thing with other people. Alright. So look at this Christy Edge guy. I'll tell you, like I said, for those that know that when I've talked about Christy Edge, I've known that guy since he was 13 years old, alright? And it's a bit weird to say that, because I sound weird. I just said that anyway. Back in the mini mission server, and he became admin there instead. But it's as if he's he was more mature as a 13-year-old than he is now. And I did remind myself, because there were 3 people from mini missions, not from mini missions, but played mini missions a substantial amount of time. Again, mini missions is a server I used to be on. That's the server I was talking about in the Donkey of the Day last night, where, you know, most admins got along, players got along. There was no extended rage. If there was rage, people used to get punished for it. You look at CNR, it's very easy to see favoritism in CNR, but in a team deathmatch server like Mini Missions was, you can't really be favoritistic in the team deathmatch server. It doesn't really make any sense. Because if you want to help your team win, you join your friend, you know what I mean? There's nothing wrong with that. But CNR just has this thing that melts people's brains, alright? Now, Chilla, Christy Edge, and Thief are the ones I'm talking about, because they were all admins there. Now, Chilla Boy was originally a CNR member, but ever since all 3 of those guys played that server and this server concurrently, I've noticed that they're all stupid. Thief was my boy in mini missions. He goes to CNR and he turns into an idiot. I don't know why that is. I don't know what it is, but people are so very easily manipulated by how dumb the server is, and you know, when they read stuff, they can't tell it right from wrong. They just put it into their head, and then they regurgitate it as if they have not, you know, they regurgitate it without knowing what they're talking about. So, you know, and I don't know if this has anything to do with Catch being part of the radio, but I did notice Christy is starting to become more of an idiot. I don't want to say autist, but autist. And either that or it came from that Apple F donkey today. And again, CNR players, they just don't know the repercussions of stuff that they say. Because a few weeks ago, which started the Sam Love Shack meme, I was following around TBI Techno War and the Unknown Soldier to see if they had a chase-worthy Rate My Chase, alright? And, you know, following around for 2 minutes, and I was like, oh, these guys are doing really well. They're gonna star in the first Sam Rate My Chase since July of 2016 when Diamond Cut did it, right? And then, you know, they go around Flint County, they mess around, it's like, what are they really doing? I'm not going to blame them for that because they were just trying to lose warrant, I guess. I don't really know what they were doing. Then, you know, we go to Whetstone and Christy Edge is there. Christy Edge gives the Unknown Soldier or Techno War, I don't know which Sam idiot it was, a bribe. And he's like, oh, no, right, my... And I'm like, well, this is the same guy that thought that... Now, I'm not saying any evangelist Rate My Chase was bad, but this is the same guy who said that a Rate My Chase with Evangelist was the best Rate My Chase, because he obviously has no idea what the series is about. But, yeah, no Rate My Chase for you, eh? This is CNR, bro. It's cops and robbers, okay? There are chases from here to the other side of the city, alright? If 2 Sam idiots can't get on Rate My Chase, I will find many, many, many more people chases, alright? Because again, this server has an endless supply of them. The cops and robbers is what it is, alright? So, you know, I destroy him on the donkey today. It was supposed to be on Apple F, but, you know, he got, you know, Sam ended up getting implications on that one. And of course, mad, I'm mad. You know, Christy Edge is. Alright, so, you know, comes on game and starts saying dumpsnit. Alright, and again, this is similar, or somewhat similar to the, or not similar, but I'm relating this to the Trina case. Alright, you know, comes in, using a fire truck and snit, trying to hose me, and all that. Now, first of all, this is one of the reasons why I wasn't too fond of Europe in the summer. Okay, No, it's not a roast of Christianity. It's just a, you know, something I just don't want to say. But I remember Kesh 2 weeks ago asked him how many black people are in Romania. And of course he doesn't know, because he doesn't know. Like, who the fuck knows that? The main concern in Romania are gypsies. Alright, now first of all, I don't have anything with Romanians, and I have nothing with gypsies. So I wouldn't talk snit about either, because I have no idea what Romanians or gypsies do. Like, I don't waste my time, you know, thinking about that or trying to make insults about that. Alright? And a lot of players, they insult things that they do not know. Okay? Like, for example, if you're in Romania, right? I don't know how many black people are in Romania, but I would assume very little. And I would also assume the further away you live from the capital or a big city, there would be less and less, you know, gypsies and or black people. So it's like, huh, I'm almost sure Christianity knows nothing about black people. Okay? So when he makes, you know, comments or metaphors, for lack of a better word, because I'm pretty sure Christianity isn't smart enough to use metaphors, but when he does that, you know, it makes me wonder, like, you know, as Little Tank would say, you know, what, you dropped on your head or something? You know? But, like I said, in a server where, you know, people talk snit to each other, people talk snit to each other without very much context or very much thought process, then the first thing you're going to think of is, you know, physical insults. You know what I mean? And you know what they said? I don't know who said this. I'm sure someone has said this before. If you can't, like, people who insult people, if they can't think of a bad thing to say about them, straight to race or gender or nationality. That's what they do. That's the reason why people are mad at Albanians. Alright? Because you look at Igly 17, for example. If Igly was the same Igly that we know, but if he was from Croatia, do you know, everybody would love that guy. Like, people like that guy already. But if Igly was Croatian, do you know how many people would love the guy? But because he's from Albania, oh, you know, I don't know about this, you know, blah, blah, blah. Just because you're the best Albanian doesn't mean snits. Okay, we're not talking about soccer teams, all right? We're not talking about, you know, just like how Myth came in here a few weeks ago talking about the soccer team, you know, blah, blah, they're the best team in Croatia, but, you know, when they, you know, start playing the rest of Europe, they suck, all right? We're not talking about soccer teams here. We're talking about people, okay? And when people, because of course we got Stiffmeister coming in tomorrow, and it's like, oh, you got an Albanian here, you know. Now, I don't really remember how behaved Stiffmeister is. I think he's gotten better. He used to be a huge numbnut, but I guess he's gotten better. But, sure, Stiffmeister is Albanian, but why do I give a snit? You know? I could name, like, in this Discord right now, I could probably name 5 people who are dumber than Stiffmeister. Okay? And they may be from America. They may be from Western Europe, Eastern Europe, wherever the hell it is. Alright. So, people are really delusional. And I don't really understand all this. You know, I just don't. No, you don't. I wanted to say something else, I can't get it out right now. But, yeah. Yeah, what time is it right now? Nice, it's 3:40 right here. I think we're good. So yeah, no guest stat fag this week, which is good for me because I can save the 4 fags for next week. I will say though that the guest stat flag is going to be pretty difficult, I think. So people are going to get mad. They're going to rage. And I'll say one more time. How about that? Oh, didn't know people joined the channel. But anyway, yeah. Fuck guess that fact. All right, screw you. This is my I'm the one DJing, okay? So you can't tell me what to do. For as long as, you know, how long the season is, you know, until I get bored, you know, I'm gonna DJ this goddamn show. So you can screw yourself. Anyway, I'm rambling. So that'll be the end of the Punkery show. This is Rashawn, and we're gonna have Sniffmeister, the Albania, tomorrow, Albanian Claudie, and we'll see ya